everyone, this is going to be a long video because this is the video where I declare that I have completed Red Dead Redemption 2 and the two epilogues as well, so without trying to give anything away, any spoilers towards the end of the game, what happens to certain characters, I'm going to review the game and what a game it is. I mean, where do I start? I suppose I should start with what we're doing today. John Marsden is my man at the moment, and he's wearing his Peaky Blinders get-up. Let me just have a quick pan around him. I always said to myself that when I completed the main game and we started the epilogue, I would change my character's appearance from a sort of Western look to a more Thomas Shelby Peaky Blinders look. So we've gone with an outfit today in keeping with the theme of the video, of this being like basically the last video I probably post of this Red Dead Redemption. I probably will play it again, if I'm being honest with you. I probably will do another playthrough of it because it is such an amazing game. But he's in his Peaky Blinders gear. I've got to work out where are we at. Rig Station. That's always a sign that you know. That's always a sign, isn't it, that you know. Yes, Rig Station. Yeah, that's always a sign that you know you've enjoyed a game and you've played a game and you've enjoyed it and everything, because you can appear somewhere on a map anywhere and know exactly where you are. Right, so I'm going to start off. I'm going to let him chill just here next to the hitching post, just to go through a little bit of this game. So obviously Red Dead Redemption 2. I was a little bit late to the party when it came to Red Dead Redemption 2. It came out sort of late 2018, didn't it? To a massive fanfare. I remember looking forward to this game coming out for a very long time. There was a lot of trailers put out on YouTube. There was a lot of sort of stories put out of what the game would include and how epic it was going to be, and they weren't wrong. And I remember I got it almost as soon as it came out, but at the time I think I'd only just started playing Spider-Man, and obviously that is another amazing game, obviously a PlayStation exclusive, and I was playing through that, and then you know what it's like, you get a game backlog, and every time I sort of started playing Red Dead and was like, right, okay, this is where we start playing this amazing game, I'd probably get another 5 or 10% through it, and then something would happen that would make me like come away from the game, and I just never got into it. So about 6 or 7 weeks ago, I decided, right, now is the time to load up this beautiful game and play it properly. And I'm so glad I did. One of the reasons that stopped me playing the game from beginning to end was it took me a while to get to grips with the combat system. The whole Deadeye thing, the whole targeting enemies. I remember playing sort of what is, I suppose, the tutorial bit at the beginning of the game, with the first big major shootout with a large number of enemies at Coulter. At the beginning of the game against the O'Driscolls in the snowy valley of where Coulter is situated, and I just couldn't get to grips with it, and it kind of put me off the game a little bit, and I was a bit gutted because I thought this is a beautiful game, it's an epic, but I just can't get to grips with it. And then I came back to it a couple of weeks later, did that bit and did the bit where you robbed the train. I thought that was really good, and then I got really stuck. I got about 25-30% through the game, about 25% through the game, and I remember the two missions I got stuck on. The first was the first gunslinger. No, actually it wasn't a gunslinger, it was a bounty, and it was one where the guy is holed up in a cave near Strawberry, and instead of just taking him out and killing him, you had to shoot the gun out of his hand, and I could not do it, and it was just so frustrating. And at the same time, I got stuck on a mission. I think it's one of the last missions you do at Horseshoe Overlook, where you're in Valentine, you go off sheep rustling with John Marston, and you come back and meet Dutch in a bar, in a saloon, and then Strauss and John Marston are taken hostage, and you have to shoot your way through the main street of Valentine. Now, looking back on it now, what a mission. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But I was just so stuck on it. And it really put me off. And I went months not playing this amazing game. And then all of a sudden I picked it up and I thought, no, this is too good of a game just to have sit in my library. Let's complete it. And I'm so glad I did, because as with any game, the more you delve into it, the more you practice, the more you play, it's just second nature now for me to go into these gun battles. And yeah, just brilliant. So that was kind of, I always classed The Witcher 3 as my favourite game, because I played The Witcher 3 from when I downloaded it all the way through to when I finished it. And I also played it at a time in my life when it was during COVID and the world was going to shit, basically. Yeah, and that game got me through. I was working as a key worker at the time, very busy, long, stressful days, and I would come home every evening, and my escape from reality would be to play The Witcher 3. And it was getting out of the real world into a fantasy world, and that's what helped, basically. Well, Red Dead, I couldn't do that with this. I was like a bit pick up and play. But once I got into it, once I sort of worked out the combat logistics and stuff like that, I was away. Now, again, I try not to reveal any storylines or spoilers. It's going to be difficult in this game, to be fair. So, pre-warning, if you haven't played or completed Red Dead, which I think most people would have done. Like I say, I'm very late to the party. I mean, what, we're in March 2023 now, so we're getting on to the best part of, like, well, 4.5 years, over 4.5 years since this amazing game was released. So most people probably would have played or completed it. But if you haven't, don't watch the rest of this video, because I will let out the odd spoiler every now and then. First of all, we're going to go on about the look of the game. Now, I've always said that every time, I mean, look at this, right on cue, look at the sunlight coming through the trees there, birds flying in the sky. This isn't a video game, this is a work of art. This is one of those games where we'll look back in 20 years time as gamers and go, wow, that was a real piece of gaming history, which it is, you know. I mean, obviously everyone knows that Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the best games ever made, but I think we'll really appreciate exactly how ahead of this time this title was in the future, to be honest with you, yeah. Now, the look, I know they had a lot of game designers on everything. They had a massive team behind the animals. They had a massive team behind the trees and the bushes and the foliage and the look of the world. Obviously, the character animation, a huge team, because let's face it, Rockstar are the big boy daddies of the open world game, aren't they? I mean, from all the Grand Theft Auto titles they've made, they could afford a massive team budget, and it shows in this game because it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous game. I mean, the amount of times I've played this game and I'm riding from point A in a mission, and I'm riding along on my horse, a lot like a road like this gentleman is doing now up along this pathway, and I'll come up a hill, and all of a sudden the sun will be coming over the trees there, and it actually makes you stop and look at the scenery and go, wow, you know, a bit like how it would in real life. If you're out for a walk on the Peak District or something, and, you know, an early morning walk, and the sunlight hits the valleys, and you stop and you go, wow, you know, and that's how this goes. So for them to create a feeling or an emotion like that in a video game, it just shows you how good this game is. Yeah, to be honest with you. So obviously the graphics are great. The music is amazing. Obviously it is Western themed, as you would imagine, but with each big moment in the story, the music just really hits. You know, they kind of save a piece of music with lyrics in that really captures the feel of what's happening in the story. And regarding the story, wow, okay, how this has not been made into a Quentin Tarantino, I will never know, because it needs to be. Whether it would take anything away from the video game story, I don't know, but amazing characters. You know, even the minor characters in the story are written to perfection. I mean, I'm trying to think of an example now. Javier. So Javier is a member of of the Dutch Vanderlyn gang, okay? He is a Mexican outlaw. I believe in part of the game he is told that he is wanted in you know, throughout the whole of Mexico. He's a very much a wanted man in South America. So he's come up north over the border to America to cause some more havoc and to escape the heat that's on his back in Mexico and Southern America. Now, when he's part of the gang, he's quite a great bloke, to be honest with you. You do a little bit of fishing with the geezer, you do a few missions with him and stuff like that. And then as the story evolves, he really struggles to shed his bandit and outlaw sort of DNA, because he sides with the bad guy, in, you know, with Dutch basically towards the end. And there's a moment in the game where Dutch, Micah's two stooges draw their guns on Arthur and John in a bit of a standoff. And as that moment happens, coming in from either side, you've got Javier and another character called Bill, who's been a part of the gang. And they sort of slowly step up beside Dutch and Micah and raise their guns. And I had this overwhelming feeling as I watched Javier bring his gun up to face me, of disappointment, of betrayal. And for a minor character to bring that kind of reaction to me from something that's happening on screen just shows you, A, how well written the story is, and B, how well written the minor characters are. Because obviously I've later found out that he is one of the main bad guys in the original Red Dead from the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. So if I'd have known that at the time, it wouldn't have been a massive surprise for him to side with the bad guys at the end of the story. But at the time I was like, Javier, no, what are you doing? Yeah, it was just like, so for the story to bring out that kind of emotion in me, just shows how well the script is written and the story's written. Amazing, as near to perfection as you could probably get. And that basically sums up how I feel about this game. It is as near to gaming perfection as you will probably ever get. And I feel disappointed with myself that I didn't carry on playing this game back when I did. I'm disappointed that I kept stopping and starting and everything, because I'm really sad that I've come to the end of it now. And it's one of those games, although I've said I will probably do another playthrough and more videos on this channel, it's one of them games where I don't feel like, even if I play it through a second time, it will feel the same, because it's one of those games where your character can go either one way or the other. Now, I steered Arthur Morgan, the main character, towards being a good cowboy. So it means you get better perks in shops and stuff, like cheaper items in shops. If you steer it the other way and bring him towards being a badass cowboy, the shop prices will go up. There'll be more sort of bandit type sort of clothes, more darker outfits to purchase in stores. But I just don't think I'd be able to bring a character like Arthur, who I've kind of got close to my heart now. I've played through this with it. I don't think I'd be able to steer him sort of through being a bit of a knobhead in the game, to be honest with you. I think he would have to be how I played him. What's going on here? A couple of guys out on a Brokeback Mountain tour, look. So yeah, I don't know whether, even if I have another playthrough, it will more be for nostalgic reasons than actual, oh wow, that was amazing, let's play it again. So I'm really sad I've come to the end of this, and although towards the end of the game I was like, wow, I'm nearing completion, the last couple of missions I was like, I don't want this to end, it's too good. So I've played through the epilogues as well. Now, Rockstar could have finished this game as Arthur's game. Now, what compelled them to carry on and do 2 epilogues? Well, obviously, I know what compelled them to, because it leads on almost virtually line for line onto the beginning of the original Red Dead, because this is like a prequel kind of game. But they could have just finished it with what happened to Arthur. And when the epilogue started, I thought, wow, okay, we'll churn through these sort of 10 or so missions and proper finish the game. But it was almost like a game within a game. And it's amazing. Yes, it's absolutely amazing that, again, the story... Look at this mist. Look, that's what I mean. Look how beautiful this game is. Look at the mist in the valley. That is stunning, isn't it? But yeah, for them to carry on and write an epilogue and another epilogue, to sort of basically to tie up loose ends and tell you what happened to some of these characters that you have shared this massive adventure with, and how their life ended up once all the events happened. You know, it's just superb, top level video game story writing, and this will be a game that will live with me forever. You know, a bit like obviously The Witcher 3 I've mentioned, that will stay with me forever. I'm trying. What's the other? Horizon Zero Dawn. You know, Days Gone. They're adventures that you've been on with these characters like Aloy and Deacon St. John, and they stay with you. You know, when you see clips on YouTube of people playing through these games, like, oh, I remember when I was there doing that. And that is how I will feel every time I see a YouTube video about Red Dead Redemption, because it's not a game, it's an epic adventure, you know, and I recommend any gamer to play this. A bit like you recommend certain books and certain movies for people to see. You know, oh, if you enjoyed that, you've got to see this. That's how this game is. If you enjoy open world games with a brilliant story, Red Dead Redemption is the benchmark, to be honest with you. Yeah, definitely. So I've waffled on about the game enough now. I have got a few loose ends to do myself. Now, let me whistle my horse over. By the way, I had the most amazing horse towards the end of this game. And, spoiler alert, so stop listening now. Towards the end of the game, here comes my horse. Oh yeah, just cut across that cart, don't worry. Towards the end of the game, your horse gets killed, and I was gutted. And again, it's brilliant story writing by the developers, because you invest so much love. I was going to say, no, I was going to try and avoid the word love, but you do. You love that horse because you've cared for it. You know, it kind of lulls you into this feeling of that it's your pet. You know, you've cared for it, you've brushed it, you've brought it a lovely saddle, you've braided its hair. You know, that is your sidekick, your assistant in this game. Although it can't say anything to you, it's got you out of sticky situations, and then all of a sudden towards the end, some bugger shoots it, and it's like, oh my god, yeah, do you know what I mean? And it's just little things like that that are written into this story that do probably make it better than The Witcher 3, to be honest with you, because in The Witcher 3, literally, you were Geralt of Rivia, and, you know, you were just him. You were improving his weapons, you were improving his armour, you were improving his skill tree. I think the only bad thing about this game is that, and I don't even want to say it's a bad thing, is that when you first start, some of the metrics of the game, such as the hunting as well, and requiring certain sort of quality of items for certain things, is a little bit overwhelming. And I was a bit like, whoa, this here, yeah, you know what I mean? So, but that is quite literally the only drawback of this game. Everything else is 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10 perfection. So, where am I at the moment? I'm actually quite near. Oh, got some wolves on the go. I'm going to run away from them instead of shooting them because I'm too busy waffling at the moment. Where are they? Now, let's get rid of the three of them. Good shooting their techs. Yeah, this is what I mean. At the beginning of the game, there's one more. I think they hunt in packs. They hunt in threes. A couple of good headshots there. I'm not going to collect the pelts, or am I going to collect the pelts? At the beginning of the game, I did that for toffee. Yeah, I honestly could not have done. It's just sheer practice. I'd have panicked, to be honest. I remember right at the beginning of the game, right at the beginning of the tutorial, you're up in the mountains trying to find someone, and there's a couple of wolves that attack you there. And I was literally riding around, and my gun was going everywhere, and straight from the off, I was like, whoa, this is a bit too much for me, I think. So I think the game sort of, I wouldn't say throws you in at the deep end. Oh my god. Rachel nearly shit on me then. Yeah, I wouldn't say it throws you in at the deep end, but it was a little bit overbearing of like, wow, there's a lot to remember here, there's a lot to do. Especially if you've just come away from a game like like The Witcher or like Spider-Man, where there's not really much to the combat genetics, you know, whereas with this you've got Deadeye, you have to make sure cores are filled, you have to make sure this is filled. I don't think it was incredibly well explained unless you go onto the help menu on the screen there, how the metrics of the cores work as well. In fact, that's probably what I would recommend, although it's quite a boring thing to do. Anyone playing this game, spend a good hour literally pausing the game and reading. I'm going to get blood on me, nice coat here, and reading the actual help section, because although that can seem like a lot of information, some of it will sink in and it will make the start of the game, sort of the tutorial part, a lot easier, yeah, and stick with it as well. Right, I'm just going to have, talking to the cores, I'm just going to have myself something to increase my Deadeye core. Let's have a chocolate bar. Let's have a Whisper Gold and have them. Right, so it's night time now, so I think what I'm going to do is set up camp just so we can ride around during the day, because I'm trying to play the game whilst talking to you guys as well. See, this was another part of the game which I didn't quite fully understand until about a quarter of the way through. I knew you could set up camp. Obviously you go away for a little tutorial mission with Hosea and you take on that giant bear, and I kind of got it, but it doesn't really, I didn't really grasp how much it meant to sort of set up camp and to eat. I mean, I'll be honest with you, throughout the whole of this game, I've very rarely ate anything. I used to eat the stew at camp and every now and then, but it was only probably halfway through the game when it kept flashing up that Arthur sort of weighed the size of an anorexic model. A 16-year-old teenage model was kind of what Arthur's weight was. That it was kind of, right, okay, I need to sit down and eat a lot of meat at the campfire, because obviously it affects your health if you look like a head on a stick, you know, whilst playing this game. So we're going to ride through to my favourite town now, which is Valentine. There's a lot of towns in Red Dead Redemption. Some of them I'm only just discovering right at the end of the game, such as Tumbleweed and Blackwater. The main ones you will visit are Valentine, which is at the start of the game, Strawberry, which is like a picturesque mountainous village over the other side of the map. You've got Rhodes, where a lot of the story takes place in Rhodes, especially chapter 3, chapter 4 I think it is. A lot of the place, I've just ran over something in the river. Obviously this village doesn't appear much in the game because it has spontaneously combusted. I'm actually going to have a walk around this bit because there is some Red Dead Redemption lore about this village. This is the village of, I can't remember what it's called now. That's not very good of me, is it? Limpany, that's it, Limpany. Now Limpany, right from the start of the game, is this burnt out shell. Now so it was quite obviously a tiny little town. That's the saloon on the left hand side there. You've got I think that's a general store. Yep, general store just there. So it's basically the makeup of a normal village. And there's a backstory to this village not many people might know. The first part is that there was a lot, and I mean a lot, of content cut from this game. There's a lot of the Mexico content. Most content cut was part of the game halfway through. You actually go off and do a load of missions in a South American Caribbean island somewhere. Now there was supposed to be a big chunk of the game in that part, but they ended up just only doing about sort of 7 or 8 missions there, and then you come back to this part of the game. But another part that was cut was this town here of Limpany, and because they had already built it, they couldn't sort of just wipe it out of the game because there would be this weird section here. So they decided to replace or remodel a lot of the town's buildings. You've got the sheriff's office, you've got the jail there, you've got a few bits and bobs. So this basically underlies the fact that it was going to be a working town in the game, because you've got the normal saloon and the general store. But they decided to cut time by editing it so it looked like it had burnt down. The grass is scorched. You know, it's basically just been firebombed. And the reason it was firebombed was because one of the main protagonists in the game is a guy called Leviticus Cornwall, and he wins the award for the best name in the game. Leviticus Cornwall. Now he is the game's big oil merchant, oil baron, you know, doesn't want anyone stepping on his toes. This is his monopoly. He wants the monopoly of the oil around here. Now, as you can see around Limpany, as well as editing the buildings to look like they've been firebombed, you'll see a lot of these barrels that have also been dropped around this area. And I'm not sure whether it's every single one or a couple. You will see that it says Cornwall, Leviticus Cornwall Oil Empire or Company, whatever it is, written on the barrels. And the storyline goes is that this town, or someone in this town, had discovered oil. And because Leviticus did not want them to basically be treading on his toes, he firebombed the town to scare the people away, to scare the other person away. So this is actually an act of terrorism by Leviticus Cornwall's men. I'm going to check this chimney breast because I don't remember when I was playing this game ever checking this chimney breast. No, there's nothing down there. And that is not an attic. It's just... See, this again points to... That used to have... Can you see those two dots there on the... If I move it around, I can see there's a white dot and another one just beside it. That is where the game editors will edit in a ladder for the character to go down into a cellar area. But as you can see, there is no cellar area. There's just mud from underneath. So in the actual original cut of the game, that would have had a ladder going down it into another place. So that almost proves what I was saying about this being edited out of the game by Rockstar because they just ran out of time, ran out of budget. I don't know. But this was originally supposed to be a working town in the game, but they changed it. Quick note. Sheriff's office here in Limpany. When you first come into here, at the beginning of the game, there's a lockbox just there underneath the desk. There's a gold bar in there, and you can take that to a fence and get $500 straight off the bat for a gold bar. Now the trick is, once you've collected the gold bar, don't just walk away, shut the lid of the lockbox and push it back underneath the desk. And then when you begin chapter 3, come back to this town of Limpany, come back into the sheriff's office, pull that box back out, open the lid up, and as if by magic, there's another gold bar in there. And again, that points to a possible glitch in the game, meaning that this town was supposed to be a larger part of Red Dead Redemption 2.
You okay, girl?
That's enough of me waffling on about Limpany. But honestly, look into that if you've got a bit of... If you're a fan of Red Dead and the lore, look into the theories on the village of Limpany and... Where is this little cut for up here? On the village of Limpany, and you will read that about the whole backstory that Leviticus Cornwall was sort of... See, this is another weird thing as well. Just over from where the burnt out part of Limpany is, there's a burnt out section of wood here. And there's actually a camp just up here where someone sleeping. And there's been theories that this is where the people that carried out the arson attack for Leviticus Cornwall were staying. And they killed themselves or did something. So that is tied in with the burnt out shell of Limpany. Right, we're going to go up here now. We're going to make our way to one of the main towns in Red Dead Redemption, and that is, we have a head-on collision with a horse there, and that is the town of Valentine. Now, Valentine's my favourite town in Red Dead Redemption 2 because it epitomises everything that you would envision a western town looking like. It's got the main street with the saloon and the sheriff's office and the gunsmiths on. It's a sizable town as well. It's bigger than Rose, it's definitely bigger than Strawberry, it's bigger than Tumbleweed. Apart from the gigantic city of Saint Denis, which we'll get onto soon, it is probably the biggest town in the game. It's the first one you come across, and When you first ride into this town at the beginning of the game, it's like, wow, you know, you can see the people waiting for a train at the train station. You can see the people working at the cattle market there. There is a small travelling circus that's in town. There's a couple of saloons. You know, look, there's people chatting. It's fantastic. Now, I normally actually enter Valentine's Main Street, normally by the other side, where the butcher is. So I've come the wrong way here. But look at this. It's amazing. It's got a church with a churchyard. It's got a little kid selling news. Look, you come around here. Now, when I first turned the corner, although I was up the other end of the street for this, when I first turned the corner into this, I was like, wow. And do you know what it brought me back to? And this is what people of my age group in the UK, there used to be an amusement park in the UK in the 90s called the American Adventure Theme Park, Wild Western Theme Park. And I was like, oh my God, I'm back at American Adventure, because this was literally what the shootout street looked like. And it was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So, but yeah, this street is amazing. It just epitomises everything that you envision a Western looking like, you know. This is a Hollywood movie set here, isn't it? It's amazing. Right, let's go round to Butcher Bill just here. Is he here? Oh yeah, there he is. I'm going to sell these bits and bobs. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to pat this dog. Hello, who's a good boy? There he is, look. I love the dogs in this game. Little details like that. You can pet the dogs and cats. It's amazing. Right.
Welcome back.
There's the butcher. Right, we're going to sell some stuff from our wolf attack. So we'll sell that.
People will really enjoy that.
And we'll sell these. Sweet. Okay, so we've sold that. Now, as we walk around the town of Valentine, I'm going to talk about the city of Saint Denis, because that makes sense, doesn't it? Now, Saint Denis is the big, huge city in Red Dead Redemption 2. And a bit like when you first see and enter Valentine, in the game when you first enter Saint Denis, you are blown away, because it is a massive industrial city. It's got ports, it's got factories, it's got streets, bars, parks, everything. It's got everything in there. It is a hubbub, a beehive of activity, and it just blows you away that all of these NPCs are going around. I mean, a little bit, again, I keep referring to The Witcher 3. Obviously, there are towns and cities in The Witcher that are like that, but this just seems so much more real. You know, there was people calling you over to talk about rights for women's votes. There's a woman that called me over because she needed a donation for a town hall they were building. Now that we're later on in the game, my character Arthur actually donated. He said, sure, no problem, I'll give you some money. And he donated a large amount of cash to this lady to help with the construction of this town hall. Now, in the game at the moment, we are about 6, 7, 8 years on from that moment. If I ride into Saint Denis, the town hall that she wanted to build is now built. And on the front, there are bricks with names in. And one of the bricks has my character's name in because I donated money back then. What an amazing little thing to have in the game. Just that tiny little detail just makes it so much more real and believable. It's just stunning. So, yeah, there's loads of moments in this game where you either walk into a town or a village, or you see the sunlight glisten over the valleys and you're like, wow. You know, it just takes you by it. And that is one of the true marks of a top-end video game, isn't it, when stuff like that happens. I mean, here's another example. As I say, we're at the end of the game now, so we're 7 or 8 years from when the main events in 90% of the game take place. Now, in Valentine, this it looks like a cafe, doesn't it? Food served all day. This sort of rest stop here, actually, I wonder if you can go in here. This rest stop here is under construction. It's just the timber frame of this building. And now here we are, a few years later. It's a restaurant, look, Valentine restaurant. A few years later, and it's built, you know. Can we go in? We can't go in, it's shut. But it's a hearty soup of all kinds. Wow, okay. It's a shame you can't go in there. So, you know, it just shows you how sort of the world is living and evolving around your characters and the events in the story by buildings being built and, you know, events happening. It's amazing. It truly is amazing. Right. So what I wanted to do now, I've got a bit of a ride ahead of us now. I need to go on the map. I've still got 2 legendary fish to catch. I've caught all of the legendary animals. I've caught all of the legendary fish from around here. I believe it's over this way. I've caught the one from down here. There's another one down here that I need to get, which I will get. But, so we're going to ride to... In fact, no we're not. Let's fast travel. I was going to ride. But knowing me and knowing this game, I'll get distracted. So we're going to come out of Valentine. And then we're going to set up camp and we're going to fast travel to Blackwater. And from there we can catch the last 2 legendary fish. Because that was another thing. That was another thing that I thought they made a little bit too technical and too realistic for my liking. When you do the fishing, you use the right analog stick to reel in your fish. Now, it took me a long while to get to grips with the game mechanics of fishing. Again, a brilliant side thing to have into the game, but it took me a while to get into. And with the legendary fish, I found that you sort of go like that on the right analog stick to reel the motion of the fishing rod in, and my thumb about fell off the next day. I was struggling to pick stuff up at work and stuff, you know. Right, where are we going? Blackwater. And I thought, this is really bad. And I read somewhere online where you can go into the settings and change it. So instead of using the right analog button to go like that with the reel in motion, you can change it to the square button and just hold it down. And it was like an epiphany. It was like, oh my God, I know. And that changed the game mechanics for fishing in this game for me totally. And it's so easy to catch legendary fish in this game now. And I will show you. So I've got 2 more legendary fish to catch and they're fairly close to each other. Just take a swig of the old battery acid. So we're now in the town of Blackwater, which is sort of like a mini Saint-Denis. You know, you can tell that another 10 years, another decade down the line, Blackwater is going to be a big city because it's just it's your bog standard town with a bank. And it's got a barber shop, it's got a clothes shop, a butcher's. Oh, this guy. Okay, I need to explain about this guy. If you listen carefully, there's a guy going around the streets shouting for his mate called Gavin. And he appears, I've got to try and find him now, where is it? Is that him just there? That could be him just there. That's him. So this geezer here, you cross paths with him quite a few times in the game, and like I've just said, that was 8 years ago. He's an English guy, and he's going, Gavin! Gavin! Has anybody seen Gavin? Has anyone seen my friend called Gavin? And he's going around, and I thought, here we go, it's another stranger mission. And he says, have you seen my friend called Gavin? I've lost him. And I'm like, mate, have you got amnesia or something? No, he's telling me now, have you seen anyone seen an Englishman called Gavin? And no one can help him. Now, there's 2 stories in Red Dead Redemption lore about this guy.
I'm looking for my mate Gavin.
The first one is, and this I think is brilliant. As I mentioned before, Rockstar had a gigantic team working on this game. Their coders was a guy called Gavin. Now, Gavin was a brilliant coder, but Gavin wasn't a good timekeeper. And throughout the whole of the making of this game, he was late so many times. There was days he wouldn't turn up. He was late for meetings. And everyone always said, where's Gavin? Has anyone seen Gavin? And it became a running joke that he was such a bad timekeeper. Yeah. So as a sort of Rockstar Easter egg, they wrote this character into the game, just randomly walking around, nothing to do with the story at all. He's not very interactive. Basically going, has anybody seen Gavin? Has anyone seen Gavin? Basically just to take the piss out of the real life Gavin being so shocking at keeping time, basically. Which I think is hilarious. That is brilliant if that's true. There's also another story behind Gavin. Where is my Gavin? And that is that this character has actually either got amnesia or a split personality. So there actually isn't a Gavin. There's no Gavin. This geezer is walking around the map going, has anyone seen Gavin? Has anyone seen Gavin? Because he's got a split personality, like an imaginary friend type person. And his other voice he hears in his head called Gavin has actually gone. And he's wandering around this entire map, destined never ever to find Gavin because he's up here in his noggin. So I thought that was quite a sad story, to be honest with you, because as you can see, here we are 8 years later in the game where he's lost his hat. If I could zoom in on him, you can't really see on this camera angle. He's in a really nice looking suit at the beginning of the game, but he's all sort of like dusty and dirty and everything. So he's clearly been travelling the lands looking for Gavin. But yeah, that's the backstory behind Mysterious Gavin. I don't know if anyone else knew about that. Right, let's mark on the map where we need to go for this fish. Now, I've actually not uncovered it on the map yet. It could be there, actually, in the Aurora Basin. Let me just have a quick look on my iPhone because I've got it written down on here. Let's have a look. Where are we going? There's two fish I need to get. One is right down the bottom near the main river. Let's have a look. Yes, it is at the Aurora Basin. So I basically got to ride past my house, or ranch, should I say, that John now runs. I should have really fast travelled to there, shouldn't I, really? But if I'd have fast travelled there, we wouldn't have crossed paths with Gavin, would we? So, right, so we're coming out of Blackwater now. Ooh, what we got here? We've got a burial.
In the eyes of the Lord, we will pay respect to the dead.
Who's being buried? Is this one of the people I killed in the bounty? Bet it is. Let's have a look. I know there was one being buried here before.
This wretched specimen of man.
You the bounty hunter?
I am indeed.
Maybe.
He was
Who's
called.
going in the ground?
Murdered.
This is Skinner. Been
More
terrorizing this whole area. Bastards
innocents
deserve way worse.
Then we'll ever
Yeah.
know.
There was a geezer buried here before. It was the other Skinner guy I caught. The Skinners are the worst. If he jumps up out of that grave now and comes at me, I'm going to crap my pants.
Righteous man.
I don't think he is. He's the wrong colour, isn't he? Well, if there was a button to do it, I'd spit on him because the Skinners are awful people.
We was trusting you for the reason, Father.
So there we go. Right, look at that cloud lot. That is some crap weather. Okay, so we're going to ride off this way. We're actually going to get my weapon up just in case we do cross paths with any Skinners. I don't think we will. Now that we've finished the game, there's not a whole lot of bad guys you run into. But look how the rain is sweeping across this valley here. This game's weather dynamics are just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right, we're going to ride over here. We've got quite a ride. It's just a straight line. So we get to the, I can't remember what it's called now, there's something pool, wasn't it? And that's where I'm going to show you the amazingly quick way to catch any fish in the game. I honestly, there was a point in this game where I thought I am never ever going to be able to catch all of the legendary fish because it's just too difficult. Family dinner, that's my ranch by the way, I'm just going by. That's why it's just flashed up saying that family dinner is available. I'm going to be late for teamy deer because I'm going to catch some fish. So we've got to ride up here. Now, if ever we were going to get ambushed by the inbred Skinner boys, it would be up here because this is sort of where they hang out in the trees and stuff. They're like Ewoks. They hang out in the trees. I'm hoping we'll come through this part here. I mean, if we do get ambushed, we get ambushed. Oh, what's going on here? Something else happening here.
Easy.
Something just flashed up on my screen. The Skinner's attacking someone. What's up over this side? What's going on over here?
What's that?
Oh, the Skinners are attacking someone. I can't see where they are though. Over here.
You really think anyone's
Oh, there we are. Oh. He's coming on my head. Got them all?
Mister?
We got them all. I don't think I was able to save his wife.
Help somebody!
Oh no, his wife was killed. Go, go, go. Get on my horse. While I rob these skinners. Where are they? Are they skinners? They look like skinners. Yeah, it's skinners. So the skinners are a band of inbred hobos that live in this part of the world. Is he using my horse? Oh no, I could have said, just said jokingly, you could use my horse if you want. Go on then, get out of here mate, get her some help. Or is she gone already? Oh, that's sad. I wasn't able to find them in time to save the wife. Anyway, let's loot these guys as well. But yeah, they are basically the worst of all the gangs. They rob not for money or for anything like that. Literally, they are just psychopaths. So let's just see if this guy wants to talk. Do you want to talk about it? No, you don't. Okay, I'll leave you to it then, pal. I'm very sorry I wasn't able to save your wife. All those rabbits I've just trampled over. So we're going to carry on up here. I honestly didn't think we would run into any. God, all the wild. God, I've just run over about 4 rabbits in a row. It's not good. So up here should be these. Oh, I think I can see the pool coming through here. I honestly didn't think we'd run into any troubles with the skinners, but quite clearly they're still menacing the lands around here, doing what they do. Right, this is the pool I want. So we're going to go over here. Now it should flash up that this is where a legendary fish is. Let's not kill any more rabbits. Yes, here we go. You found the area of legendary fish. So what you do is you normally go to where the most prominent piece of land is jutting out, which is quite clearly here. And that's basically Rockstar's way of saying, fish here, you know. So we go as close as we can to the side here. We put on our fishing rod and it will flash up on the top of the screen what it is. Now this is a lake. So what you have to do is change your special river, your special lure onto whatever it is. So I'm on river at the moment, so I need to change it to lake. So we're on river, special lake lure, and it will change in the top right corner. So we'll leave John to just change his bait. There's clearly plenty of fish in there. Now it doesn't matter where you bang this rod into the water, but it normally has to be for a legendary, it has to be cast out probably as far as you can. And what you do is you hold down R2, flick with your wrist, and it goes out into the middle of the drink. Right, now as you can see, I've changed the button configuration to a square instead of R3. So I will just literally hold down the square button, meaning I'm saving my thumb ligaments from damage. And as soon as it says hook fish at the moment in grey, as soon as that flashes in white, like this, you press R2, hold down R2, and wait for the fish to stop flapping around, like that. Then you hold down square, and as you're holding down square, you take the rod all the way down, and all the way up, then all the way down, and all the way up, then all the way down, and all the way. And as soon as it starts doing that, flapping around, you stop pressing everything till it stops. Then you hold down square, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, until you catch it.
Look at you.
That should be, is that the legendary? No, it's not, but we'll keep it. Normally you get the legendary first time. Let's see if we get it second time. But that is how easy it is to fish. Okay. Now, if you are doing it via the R3, spinning the thing round violently on your controller, oh my god, the next day you can't hold a pen. But I've just found it so easy to catch fish like that. Let's see if we can get the legendary one a second time. So we're just holding down the square button. We pressed R2. We'll wait for it to stop flapping around. Hold down square all the way down, all the way up. And as you can see, as we're doing this up and down motion, we're just dragging the fish along the water. You can see it getting closer. As soon as it starts doing that, you don't want to lose it, so you take your finger off the square button. Right, it stopped. So finger back on the square button. Up, down, until you yank the thing out of the water. I don't think that's the legendary one again. This is getting us a lot of stuff to eat. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you don't have to stand here. Let's have a look on the map quickly. To be fair, oh, there it is. That's where I need to be. Over there. That's the more prominent bit, isn't it? Okay, so let's just put my rod away so I can run quicker. So at least that showed you the easy way to catch fish. So we need to go all the way around here. Make sure I don't get my Peaky Blinder posh shoes muddy or wet. And then it's over. Oh, to be fair, there's a jetty over there as well. So maybe it's over there I need to stand. Tell you what, we'll do the best of both worlds. We'll stand it just here. Maybe it's on that jetty I need to stand. I think I was a bit too keen when I stood over there. Right, so let's flick the line out as far as we can. And we'll hold down square. Is it third time lucky? I've just seen something ginormous flapping the water then. So that's, we're definitely in the right area. Holding down square. Here we go. So we've hooked the fish. Stop flapping. Stop flapping. Oh, this has got a lot of fight in it, so this could be it. If not, we haven't got much meat in our fish. Oh, no, I think this is just a normal fish again. Or is it? I don't know. Yep, got it. There we go. That's the legendary. I was literally stood in the wrong place. That's ugly as. Oh, I hate fish. I think they're so ugly.
Oh, you're coming with me.
Yeah. Ugh. So now I've got one more to get, and then that's all the legendary fish got. Let's just put this rod away. Let's call Rachel the horse over. Here we go. I actually only owned about 4 horses in the whole game. The horrible little skinny mule you own at the start. Right, hold on. Let me just have a look on the map where this is. Who I called Roach after the witch's horse. Right, I know where that is on the map. Then I had a massive, great big giant black horse, which I named Chrysanthemum after in the Mandalorian there was a character, a giant, great big black Wookiee called Chrysanthemum, Black Chrysanthemum. So I named the horse Chrysanthemum. Then I had an amazing horse, absolutely amazing horse I got. And I actually stole it off a woman who challenged me to a race. So instead of racing her, I lassoed her and left her by the side of the road and stole her horse, as you do, you know. And I named that horse Marley because I went to the stables, and there you can sort of customise your horse. You can give it a new name and whatnot. And I literally, by this time in the game, I had loads of money, so I went to town. I bought the latest and best saddles and saddlebags and stirrups and everything. And whilst there, I got all of the horse's hair on its mane and its tail plaited. So it made its mane look like it had like these like Bob Marley type dreadlocks. So of course, I called the horse Marley. So, and that was the horse that was shot at the end that I was absolutely gutted about. So I was not happy when somebody who shall not be named killed me horse. I wasn't very happy. Right, so I've got quite a bit of a thing. I didn't realise there was a trapper up there in that forest. He's brave being in that forest because that's where all the skinners are. Right, so what we've got to do is head round the edge of this wooded area where the skinners live, and it will take us down into a valley eventually as we do all these twists and turns, and then we will follow the valley into the desert area, which is supposed to represent Mexico, I think, and that will lead us to a massive winding river, And along one of the turns in that river is the location of the last legendary fish. Now, I'm not sure completely what happens once you have caught all the fish. I believe it's 15 altogether. This looks like a good ambush site, if whoever was going to do it. No, okay. So we're going to cross over this way. Let's just see exactly how far away it is on the map. Where are we? Oh, we're halfway there already. We're halfway there already. That's where we've got to get to, just there. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen once I've caught all the legendary fish. Oh, as we're riding, here's another good tip for you all. So, this, being a Rockstar game, there is so many collectibles you can collect in this game. And one of the things you can collect is cigarette cards. You will get a geezer come up to you at the start of the game and he'll say, oh, I really want all these cigarette cards. And if you collect them all for me and post them off at a post office, at the train station, for each set that you collect, I will send you an item. Now, these cigarette cards are scattered everywhere, and you will find the odd couple knocking around in places that you visit and stuff. But again, it was another thing I thought, I am never ever going to have the time or the energy or the patience to search this huge world to find, another ambush site here, to find each and every one of these cigarette cards. And then I saw a trick online, and that was you can actually buy packs of cigarettes from the stores and general stores and shops in the towns. Now, in each of these packs of cigarettes contains a cigarette card, a random one. So although there are definitive areas in the game where you can find certain cards, if you spend a good chunk of time, and I mean a good chunk of time, stood in a convenience store buying packs of these cigarettes, opening them up, you haven't got to smoke them, you haven't got to give your character lung cancer, you've literally, all you've got to do is open the pack up, take the cigarette card and then discard the cigarettes and just keep going over and over. Now, it does cost you a fair bit of money, but once, I think there's 12 sets of 12. I think there's about 150, 144, something like that, cards to collect. But if you spend a good hour or so in the game, or a couple of in-game days, stood in the shop, obviously the shop maker won't mind because he's making loads of money off you buying tons of cigarettes. You can, I would say within the space of an hour and a half, you can complete that in its entirety and send it off. And don't worry too much about how much money you're spending on the cigarette cards, because obviously you need to have a fair wedge of money. I'd say a couple of, maybe $1,000, just over $1,000 for your character. But the rewards that you get given for the different sets of cards, you actually end up making more money than what you spend buying them all. So it was just such an easy, simple way to complete that side quest. Just to stand in the shop, buy countless amounts of cigarettes, discard the cigarettes and keep the card. It's great. So, right. Let's go over here. Now, is this going to be a cliff or can we go down there? No, we can go down there. Right, so we're looking for a prominent area. So either a jetty or a piece of land that sticks out where we might be able to find this fish. Now, it's not even come up yet that this is where a legendary fish is. So we need to kind of skirt around the edge of this water line here until it comes up in the top left corner. Here we go. So it's around here somewhere. Let's have a quick look. Now, there's a piece of land sticking out over there. Do we have to go on that island, I wonder? Do we have to? Let's have a look on the map quickly. It's kind of in between, isn't it? I don't know whether, for me, personally, being a gamer, that screams I've got to be on that island there, that little one. But I think I'm going to stand... Oh, hold on. Is there a little bit of water there? I'm going to stand there. That looks like it could be a... Yeah, let's stand just there. Right, let's leave Rachel there. And we're going to stand on this piece of land just here. I say piece of land, I'm up to my knees. Up to my knees in water. Tommy Shelby. Right, I need to change my lore. As you can see, I'm on Lake Lure and I need the river one. So we're going to go on to Swamp. Hold on. Special river.
Might work.
Oh, don't worry, John. That'll work. Yeah, Thomas Shelby would not be happy with how I'm looking at the moment, as I'm knee deep in river water. Right, can we get this one first time to complete this fishing quest? I'm almost camouflaging this bush here, aren't I? There's a good mission later on in the game where you have to catch a fish while stood on a railway line, and also a fish whilst you're in a boat. Now obviously the one in the boat is no big deal at all, because there's plenty of boats knocking around you can steal for half hour. Right, I've got something. But stood on a railway line, an active railway line, trying to catch a fish whilst looking either side that there isn't a train coming your way, a big steam locomotive, is quite funny, to be honest with you. This doesn't look like a legendary fish, if I'm being honest. Or is it? No. Didn't think it was with his reaction. See, you normally know when he's caught a legendary fish. I'm going to go over there onto that island, I think. You normally know he's caught a legendary fish because his reaction is normally, wow, look at the size of this, or everything.
Good girl. Let's go.
And it's normally the only sort of speech that sounds like that when you've caught an animal. Right, so I'm wondering if I need to get on that island to catch this fish. So to get on there, I'm going to go down to this piece of land. Oh, I don't know why I just leapt across like that. Let's wade across. Whoa, let's just drown ourselves, shall we? Right, we're on this land now. So if I was a game developer, I would get us so we could catch the fish on this little tiny insignificant piece of island up here. Because this is ridiculous. Why else would this be here? Right, let's just have a quick goosey gander on the map. So yeah, I'm literally facing exactly what this is going to be it, isn't it? This has got to be it. So I can't see any... Oh, I could do with a fishing rod in my hand. That would help, wouldn't it? I can't see any fish coming to the surface. Oh, I'm too far from the water's edge. I've got to go over here. Right, here we go.
Come on.
I feel exactly the same, John. Come on. I feel like this is it. To be fair, I'm quite glad we caught those other fish because I've got no meat. I've got nothing to cook. I've got a couple of cans of baked beans in my pocket. That's about it. Come on, let's have a nibble. Let's have a nibble. 3, 2, 1, and bite. No. To be fair, these waters seem very, very calm. I tell you what, if a shark jumped out of this water now, you would see me scream live on camera. This doesn't seem to be the spot. Oh, I heard something then. What was that? I heard a bit of... No, I'm far too close. Oh yeah, I've got something. I've got something. Don't think that's it. That's far too close to the riverbank for that to be an actual legendary fish. It's got to be. Well, I've got it, whatever it is. That's not a legendary fish, is it?
Pleased to meet you.
No, that would not be his reaction. No,
Can't
just another largemouth bass. Let's try facing this way. Let's try facing this way.
Okay, let's see what's what down there.
Here we go. I'm wondering whether he does that dialogue, that's when you know you've put it in a position where the legendary fish is. Because I don't know if you remember on the last legendary fish I just caught 10 minutes ago, he said something like that then as he cast away. I don't want to bite, do I? Here we go, here we go, here we go. This feels like it could be a legendary. I can feel it in my waters. Can't even see what it is. No, it's not, I don't think. Or is it?
That is a fish.
No, it's not. Just a normal. No. So, also, if you throw it back, it actually gives you loyalty. And makes you into a good cowboy. Oh, hold on, look, there's a bit of movement over there. Did you see that in the water? There was a bit of movement. Look, there. And I'd literally put it straight on its head. Come on. This is the one. This is the one. See, it's coming up to the optimal time to be fishing as well, because early on in the game, when you go fishing, you are told that the best times to catch fish are early morning or late at night, just as the sun goes down, because that's where the insects are on top of the water and it's when the fish are most active. Or so they say. In real life, I'm an absolutely shocking fisherman. I am rubbish. If I want to fish, I go down with chip shot. Come on, where are you? It's always the way, isn't it? The last one you need. I'm not going to catch a legendary fish this close to the water. Not happening, is it? Let's reset the cast. Let's have another quick look at the map. Now you see I'm facing the wrong way. Right, let's face this way. I've got to be. Let's try a little bit more in the actual... We're kind of in a little estuary just there, aren't we? Let's try actually casting into the river. That might help. Come on, this is the one. See, the fish are weird because if you catch a legendary animal, you're supposed to go to a trapper, and they're the only ones who can buy the pelt and bits and bobs. They can obviously use the horns and the teeth or whatever you've caught to make specialist items for you. And obviously you obviously receive a lot of money, a lot of dollars for the pelt. But with the fish, I vaguely remember when this challenge, this mission was first set. It was a geezer on a jetty, and he said, "Oh, I'm trying to catch fish, and I need these legendary ones." But it's not like you actually post them off anyway. I'm sure you do. Maybe you do post them off actually. I think you do post them off at the post office. So I've got to find a train station after this to post these off. If I ever catch this blooming fish. Come on, this time. 7th time lucky. We know that we're definitely in the right place because it's come up on the map and it's come up on the screen. I mean, any more messing about, I'm just going to chuck a stick of dynamite in there and just see what floats to the surface. Come on. Yeah, from what I remember, I think you do actually have to send the fish off to the post office. Catching anything, are we? This is ridiculous. No, nothing. Right, I'm going to have a lucky swig of Red Bull. And I'm also... Oh, I was going to have something else then as well because my health's gone down, but... It's got to be... See, again, I'm not facing the right way, am I? Let's face this way, actually, into the river. Look at all that water there. Why am I not fishing that way? It's got to be over here. It's a river fish, and I'm fishing too close. Oh, look at this. I'm in the current and everything here. Look, this is it. I've got a good feeling about this, guys. I've got a good feeling about this. This is the one. This is the one. Come on, let's have a bite. Let's have a nibble. I've definitely got the right river attachment on. Come on. And it's going to bite now. No. See, there's something over there. I can see there's a air bubbles there. So there's definitely fish in this part. In this part of the river. They just do not want to bite onto my rod. I know there is a trick that you sometimes can do, where if you do the... You can sometimes spot it. There's a few there, look. A few little ones. A few little ones there. It would help if I knew what fish I was looking for. But, right over here. But you can see there's definitely fish around. definitely fish around. Right, let's try over here. Look, there's some big ass air bubbles there, man. Come on. Don't think I should be on that longer island. Look at the state of my footwear. Look, absolutely soaked. Come on. Nothing. This is so frustrating. We've been here now for 10 minutes and we've had nothing. This is why I couldn't fish in real life, because I'd be there for 15 minutes. I'd be like, yeah, I'm bored now. I'm bored now. I've drank all my cans of beer. I want to go home. Come on. This is the one. And cast. This is it. This is the one. Maybe it's all the birds flying overhead scaring the fish. Come on. Not happening at all, is it? See how the insects on the top of the river look? Like I said, this is the prime time for me to catch fish, because they're on top of the water. Let's see if I can see. Hold on, let's run over here. What's that in the water over there? What is that in the water over there? What is that? Is that it? That's it. That's it. That's the badger. Right, get on that. That's it there, I can see it. That's definitely it. I can see it. We know where it is. That's flipping huge. Right, at least we know where it is. That's massive. That's not a fish, that's a seal. Come over here, you bugger. Oh, I'm so glad we've spotted that. Hold on, let's I'm trying to keep my eye on it. Right, let's. There we go. Come on. One of these other ones going to bite it now. That's definitely it, though. I feel like just banging an arrow in it. Is it definitely a fish? That's definitely a fish, ain't it? Right, come on. I can't aim for shit today. This is. Oh, it's going over that way, look. That's the one. That's right on its head. Right, so it's definitely over there. Oh, it's coming this way. It's coming this way. You will be. I wonder if I just bow and arrow it. See, it looks to me like it's closer to that shoreline over there. Let's go over here. I want to keep an eye on it. Don't mind me, go through the bushes. Yeah, it's definitely closer to that shoreline over there. Right. Get on the end of my bloody line. Here we go. Here we go. I'm just going to wade over there in a minute. Oh, it's going back over this way again now, look. Oh, that was pathetic. Now, do you know what? I'm going. Oh, there's another one over there. Is it? I don't think that is a fish. Bloody lizard. So it's not a fish, it's just a lizard. Do you know what I'm most freaked out about? Is that I didn't realise lizards could swim like that. Call the lizard? I don't think lizards come for a thing, eh? Well, that's got rid of them. Oh, I'm really gutted now. I thought that was the fish. No wonder it wasn't biting. Ah, this is an emotional roller coaster of a fishing trip, this, isn't it? Right, we're definitely in the right place. I'm going to try one more time here, and then I'm going to go back onto the shoreline over there. I'm going to try one more time here. Okay. I'm settling back as well. Come on. We got something. We got something. Thank God. Right. Down and up. Down and up. Please be the legendary fish. It's got a lot of fighting. I don't think it is though, because it's too small again. If this isn't the legendary fish, I'm going over to the side over there. No.
Whoa, okay.
I think it's the same one I put back.
You're quite a largemouth.
Right. The last fish. You are being a knobhead. Come on, we need something to buy. This on the map, this is literally where the fish's head is. Come on. See, look, John's that frustrated. His head's smoking, look. Yes. Here we go. At least we're getting bites now. Right. Well, this has bitten on exactly where the legendary fish is supposed to be. This looks like another largemouth again. I swear it's the same one I keep throwing back. Is that it? Largemouth again. Ah! Let's have another look. Definitely in the area we need to be. I'm going to go over to that little area over there. Let me call my horse over. Come through the wilderness. My horse Rachel must be like, what the hell are we doing? We've taken on bandits.
Okay,
We've gone on rescue missions. And now we are wading through the water. Trying to fish for a bloody shark. Right. This looks like a little area of land that's jutting out. Okay. Let's try just here. Because we have now been trying to catch this fish. This feels good. I feel confident about where I've just put that. I think when we eventually catch it, I'm going to have to do a little victory dance. It's going to have to be done. It's going to have to be done. Right, here we go. That's it. It's fucking huge. That's it. That's got to be it. I just needed to come over here off that silly island. This is definitely it. Look how the boat, how the rod's bending. Come on. I gotcha. I gotcha. I think a few more. That is huge. So this is all I needed to do was just come over onto this piece of land that's sticking out and it spawns. That's definitely it. That's massive. And then what I need to do is get to the... Don't worry, John, we got it. 20 minutes I spent trying to catch you, you bloody... There we go. That's definitely it.
Beautiful. Shit, yes.
That's how I feel, John. That's massive. That's massive. Excellent. Definitely not throwback.
Sorry, but you're coming.
I'll have mine with chips. We got it. Yes. Right. So, that is... Look how he's wrapped it up, look. Do you want any salt and vinegar? Right, let's whack this on the back of the horse. So I think now what we have to do is go to the nearest...
You got this, girl.
post office. So let's go on the map and see where the nearest post office is. So, because that is all of the legendary fish got. Is there a post office in... Yes, there is. There is a post office in Blackwater. Fantastic. So, we're going to set up camp. And then we're going... Actually, I better have my wits against me because we're in Mexican territory where the Dead Lobos, the Mexican bandits, that's where they are. So we're going to fast travel to Blackwater. Get rid of these fish. I can't believe how long it took me to find that. That was ridiculous. Ridiculous. But look at the feel-good factor once you find it. Yeah! Found it. Right, so I have no idea what happens now because officially that is the last of the legendary fish caught. So we're going to have to see. Do we get given a reward? Does Fisherman Frank turn back up and say thank you very much? I don't know. So we should be in Blackwater now. So now we need to skedaddle over to the nearest post office. That I've still got the fish on me back. I bet it stinks. Ugh. Bet it stinks. Right, so exactly where is the post office from here? Up the street and round the corner. Actually, let's double back. Let's double back. Let's get this to the post office as soon as humanly possible because this fish is stinking. I can't say I've actually been up this part of Blackwater. This is like the back streets of Blackwater, isn't it?
You, mister.
Say hello. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right, let's go into the post office. Hello. Oh, you look very posh.
Howdy, mister.
Me, bit of a Peaky Blinder.
What's it to be?
Right. Oh, I like this office here. This is a nice train station.
Hello,
Right.
mister.
So if I look, I've got to send some mail. There should be some fishing. Here we go. Send,
I'll
send,
get this to them right quick.
send. Why is that one not sending?
This should be easy.
Why is that one not sending? 12 of 13. Why is that one not sending?
What do you got there?
Oh, there we go. That was weird how that didn't send. So, you have mailed all the legendary fish to Jeremy Gill. Great name for a fisherman. Return to any post office after these 24 hours for your reward. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? I wonder, that was really weird how that wasn't letting me send that last fish. So we have done that now. That's superb. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come out of here. I'm going to save the game. Is that my horse? Yes, it is. Right, let's quickly save the game. Yeah. So I'm at 90% at the moment. Well, this will take me over to 91. No. To be fair, the bulk of that 10% I've not got is because of my compendium. Because I've not... You get a slight percentage of completion for every animal that you scan and get info from. I'll show you quickly. I think it's on progress, isn't it? Compendium. So I've got 325 out of 560. So I've discovered all the gangs. Plants I've only got about half of. Horses I'm missing a third of. Weapons I'm missing half of. Cigarette cards, as I said earlier, I did that little trick in the shop. Fish I've only got 7 of. Equipment, I've got half of, not even half of. Animals, I don't know. So maybe if I spend a bit of time going around nature hunting, it might be that I'll be able to increase that a little bit. But as far as the game is concerned, I've 100% completed it. Let me show you. Let me show you. Look, story's 100%. Total completion 90. Challenges 25. See the challenges here. I need to do some of these. Bandit. See, because I sent my character Arthur Morgan through the good path of life, I didn't do many of the bandit stuff because it meant you had to like hold up people in towns and stuff. Didn't really want to do that. Oh, that's one thing I still need to do. Some of the treasure maps, I'll do that. I am crap at cards in real life. Snap is about my limit when it comes to playing cards. So I've played a bit of poker and a bit of blackjack, and I've won a few hands, but as far as the challenges go, I'm not very good. So herbalist, I need to eat another berry of something. The horseman challenges, oh, I wonder if I could do that today, actually. The next horseman challenge I've got to do with that is I've got to ride from Saint Denis, the big city I was on about, all the way to Blackwater, the town I'm in now. But the trick is you have to not let your horse touch a drop of water. So you have to make sure that, or you go on the map and you plan your route, make sure that you go over bridges and stuff like that. But what used to get me is the little pools of water, you can't see them on the big map. So you know, you sort of ride in and you know which route you're going to go. And then all of a sudden you'll see water and you're like, ah, you have to go around it. But yeah, I've done most of those challenges. They're quite fun. Master Hunter. This is one of my Achilles heels in this game. Doing the pelts. You have to get a perfect pelt of a rabbit and a squirrel and this, that and the other to upgrade your satchel, to carry more items. Thankfully, luckily, I got through the bulk of the game not needing to upgrade my satchel. Which was a pain in the arse, but I managed to do it. Hunting is my real... I'm just not very good at it, to be honest with you. There is a lovely lady who I follow on YouTube called Gamer Granny, I think she's called. And she's brilliant. She put up a fantastic Red Dead video. Basically, it's like an idiot's guide to hunting. And I'm a bit of an idiot. So that was essential viewing for me. So I want to thank her for putting that on. But yeah, hunting is not my thing at all. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. No, I'm not. It's gone. Sharpshooter. I've not increased this because for my next challenge on this... excuse me. I told you I was going to sneeze. My next challenge on this, I had to shoot birds on top of a moving train. Now, the opportunity to get on a moving train has... I'm going to sneeze again. I'm allergic to challenges. Has not presented itself much. So, and plus, it's really hard to target the birds as you're flying around. So, it's a bit like patting your head and rubbing your tummy. I can't do it. Survivalist hasn't been too bad. I've managed to do some of them. Master the most challenging weapons in your arsenal. Oh, the throwing knife. So, I am going to have a go at some of these, because some of them I can do. But this is why I'm only at 90%, because I've not analysed all the animals, and I've not... picked up all the equipment and stuff like that, and I've not done many of the challenges. Story-wise, 100%. So I think if I do some of these, I could get near to sort of at least 95, maybe even, dare I say it, 100% complete. That would be amazing, but we shall see. We shall see. Something. The good thing about this, now I've finished the main story, I can always come back to the adventures of John Marston. And just do that, really, basically. Right, I'm going to see if I can set up camp. No, I can't. I'm too near Blackwater. So I'm going to go out this way. So I'm out of the town. And what I need to do is go to... I'm just really intrigued as to what I get from this fishing challenge. I don't know why I'm so sneezy all of a sudden. Is it hay fever? Right, so what we're going to do is... we are going to... first of all, we're going to cook something because my... well, let's... when did I get frog legs? Oh, let's go all French and eat some frog legs. Because like I say, my Arthur Morgan character was borderline anorexic, so I want to try and avoid being like that again. Eat the frog legs. Try and keep John a bit more of a healthy weight, shall we? Well, we've got loads of fish, haven't we? There should be some... They are plain flaky fish. We've got loads of that because of our rubbish fisherman exploits. So we'll eat some of this and then we'll have a little sleep. See if we can get the game time over 24 hours. And then we'll head back to the post office and... Right, let's go sleep till morning. 15 hours sleep. God, what does that feel like? That's living the dream, ain't it? There we go. Right, beautiful sunrise. So we're going to tear down the camp. Like that. Do you know what I'm going to do actually before I go back to sleep? He's grown a bit of a beard. He looks a bit like me now, John Marston. So I'm going to ride back into town. Where's Blackwater? Is it back that way? Yeah. And I'm going to go to the barber's, and I'm going to fix up, look sharp. Which way is Blackwater? I forgot now. Let's go. Is it this way? Oh, I'm going the wrong way here, I think, aren't I? I'll go completely the wrong way. Right, whoa, turn around, John. Right, there we go. I can see the rooftops. So we're going to head over to Blackwater.
Couldn't do it without you, girl.
Go to the barber's, get a shave, then come out into the wilderness again, sleep for another bit of time, and then hopefully go to the post office and see what James Gill... What a brilliant surname for a fisherman. James Gill has sent us in the... It better be something worth it, because that last fish made me want to bang my head against a brick wall, if I'm being honest with you. Right, I've got to find the barber shop. I believe it's down here. Someone just whistled at me. I don't know what it was. Someone just whistled. Let's go up this way. Where's the barber shop? Oh, there it is. Oh, it is. It's right next to the photography place, isn't it? Yes. So it's just up here and at the top of this street.
You got nothing better to do.
Oh, I love them hooves on cobbles sound effect.
Don't jam my boy. Maybe you got something ahead here.
What's going on?
Not just a cheat, but a coward, you piece of crap.
Oh, yeah.
What'd I do? Huh?
Watch out. He starts farting when he's nervous.
Oh, his uncle.
Screw this. Ain't worth my time.
What's he done now?
Some help you were.
I didn't know it was you, mate.
Fine.
Didn't feel so fine. Anyway, I'll see you back at Beecher's. That's enough excitement for one day.
Moaning about me not saving him. I've just saved him from the Skinners. They were going to cook him and eat him. To be fair, I did not know that was uncle. There we go. Right, let's go into the barber shop and get a new haircut and a new beardo cut. Here we go.
Hi there. Come on
Hello
in.
there.
Only a trim or something fancy like?
Yeah, just a trim. Right, let's get rid of all this facial hair. God, he really is at the Dez stage, isn't he? Right, so we're gonna. What are we doing? We're having them cut back to all the way down. That cut back. That cut back.
Smooth look for smooth
Oh, extra
sailing,
clean
I
shaven.
say.
That's what we want. Yeah, that's what I have. Right, okay. And then hair. That's got a bit out of thing, ain't it? Styles. That one. That one. Middle parted. No, what was it we had? Was it that one? I think it was that one. No, it was this one, wasn't it? That's the one.
A man's whiskers can make or break his whole
Oh,
deportment.
what have I done here? I
you
didn't
know.
want it like that. Yeah, that's why I wanted it like that.
Ah, looking sharper than a tack.
Yeah, man. There we go. Looking good.
Ready to go.
Okay. Right, let's get on my horse.
All right.
And then we'll ride out of town. And then we'll have another long snooze in the undergrowth. And then hopefully, whatever package the fisherman bloke has sent me Oh, what's this coming here soon? Father Abraham's 1 cane sugar and maple syrup. Wow, okay, what's going on here? What's this? Blackwater found it. Is it a fire station? What's this going on? I don't know what that is. Fireworks display. Advertising the local village fete, I think, isn't it? Right, let's go out of here. What's wrong with you? Right, let's ride out here. Right. I'm going to have another long snooze. And hopefully... So we're going to go sleep for 16 hours. Now that should take us over 24 hours, shouldn't it? Hopefully. Yes, there we go. Right, let's tear down the camp. Oh, what we got? I've got a feeling it's going to be something stupid like $50 or $100 or something like that. Right, let's get on here. So there is Blackwater down there. Now we just need to find the post office. Let's go onto the map. It's just up here, isn't it? Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right. Really glad we caught that last fish because that was doing my head in. So we edge ever closer to completing the whole game. Right, you wait there, Rachel. Look at this, look. Where's his face? Clean shaven. Looking good, John. Right.
Well, good to see you again.
Yes, where is my package, Squire?
Hear those lamb has been
See
causing trouble
mail.
up at Pronghorn Ranch.
Collect. An invitation. What's he saying? Hello, chum. I'm going to read it in the style of him. Hello, chum. You've bitten the worm, haven't you? What a glorious feeling must be coursing through your veins after having battled these beasts. And just think, right now, you're no doubt radiating. But consider that what you feel is only 1/10% of the self... What word is that? Self-actualization and enlightenment that I've achieved through a lifetime of angling.
You know what this new century has brought Blackwater?
You sent some
Tourists.
fine specimens
Tourists
for
bring
sure.
business, you know.
You must come see me. I have fantastic tales of my time in Italy. Oh, I love Italy, which I didn't include in my book. I'll be at my fishing cabin on the shore between Flatneck Station and Clements Point. Call by soon. I'll autograph below. This letter will surely be worth a sum someday. Your friend in fish, Jeremy Gill. Cool. Right, sweet. So have we got time to ride over and have a quick look at Jeremy Gill? Do I remember somewhere on YouTube seeing that this is an ambush? That we get there and there's geezers outside of his hut and I have to snipe them? Or am I just imagining that? Am I just imagining that? I tell you what, if I am sniping people, I'm not doing it at night time. So, oh, he's over there. So the best place we can go, is it Rhodes? Would that be nearest? There's Flatneck Station. I don't think that's an option on the fast travel, is there? Other than that, it's probably Rhodes, isn't it? I don't know what, I've just got this feeling. I've seen a video somewhere where you get there and there's people outside of his hut and you have to sniper them. Sure, that's what I read. I'm a bit disappointed I didn't receive like a gold nugget or something like that, but right, so let's set up camp again. I got to be honest with you, I did not fast travel this much when I actually played the game. It's only because I've actually finished the game now. Let's fast travel to... Where have we got? Can we go to Flatneck Station? We can't, can we not? going to have to be roads. So by the time we get there, it should be daylight, and then we can ride over to where Fisherman Fred is, and then hopefully we'll end the video. Hopefully we'll go over there, we'll all sit in his cabin, have a fish finger sandwich, and I'll end the video there. But like I say, I have a feeling this is not as straightforward as it's made out. I'm hoping it becomes morning as well by the time I get there, because if I am shooting people from distance, I do not want to be doing it at night time. No, it's still night time, not. That sucks. Okay, alright, that's alright, no problem. Right, so let's mark on the map where we're going. Over here. See where he is, he's slap bang in between Rhodes and Valentine. So if I had fast travelled to either one of them towns, it would have taken the same amount of riding time to get to him. But I don't mind the ride from Rhodes to over here. It's quite a scenic ride. And to be fair, I did this about 1,000,000 times in chapter 4, I think it was, when the gang's hideout is at Clemens Point. I must have done this route about 1,000 times. What's that on there? Is that just a... Oh, it's a signpost. Some kind of weird bird on that rock. Yeah, we used to ride along here, and then the entrance to Clemens Point was on the left-hand side, just here, wasn't it? Must have done that ride into that camp about 1,000,000 times. Here we go, look, morning is broken. Morning has broken, and I've got a feeling I'm going to be doing some sniping. Let's get my best rifle up, and I'll tell you what, while we're here, let's give it a clean, just in case we do have to use it. It's not terribly dirty and out of condition, to be fair, but just in case we are called into action, we want this weapon spick and span condition, don't we? Yes, we do. Right, okay. Right, let's peaky blind ourselves over here then, shall we? Let's get ourselves over here. So we're about halfway to where we want to be. I don't know what... Something inside of me is saying, scope out his cabin from a distance.
That's my man.
I believe it's just down here, isn't it? Look at that sunlight on the water. That's gorgeous. This game. This game, man. Yeah, man. Beautiful. Right, we're going to go down here, because I want to scope out his plate. Whoa, where are you going, Rachel? Marley would not have rode like this. Right. I want to scope out his gaff from a distance, because I've got a feeling all is not as it seems. I don't know what it is. It's just, I'm going to go up here through these trees. It's just across the way. Right, slow down, slow down. I think it's just over here. There it is, there it is, there it is. Right, hold on. I can't see anyone. I don't know why. I had this vision that as you come up here, there's people outside of his... Oh, there don't seem to be, does there? Imagine if it blows up now. Whoa, don't get too close. I don't know why I had visions that there's like people stood outside, like bandits. But, okay, let's come off the big scope. Well, there doesn't seem to be anyone around, does there? I'm going to leave Rachel over here just in case. Let's run over. Doesn't seem to be anyone... Doesn't seem to be anyone around, does there? Maybe I am just being paranoid. Let's save just in case. Just in case the cabin blows up. Or he gets all jealous because I'm a better fisherman. Let's just chill. there? Someone's there.
A fan. Good timing. Do you have a camera?
Sure. What are you talking about?
Oh, we got a mission!
Liars. Damn liars. Well, they're the liars. Hey, are you the guy that took the photos?
I don't think so.
Oh, must have been that fella from Quebec. Did you say you had a camera?
Yeah?
Good. You'll do then.
What do you need?
I found a giant catfish up near Frontera Bridge over in Rio Bravo.
Isn't that out in the desert?
Yes, and I'm going to catch it. And you are going to photograph me catching it. And then these bastards who call me a fake will discover who really catches these fish.
You do, right?
Well, some of them. Listen, I know how to catch fish. Come on.
I don't want to go out to Rio Bravo.
No, neither
It'll
do
be
I.
an adventure. Come on.
I've got quite enough adventures.
Yeah.
I'll give you something you really love.
Okay, then.
So what have we got to do? Oh, we're riding out anyway. Cinematic. So I've got to catch a photo, take a photo of him catching a fish. You know what's going to happen here? It's going to be a giant fish, and it's either going to eat him, or it's going to drag him into the water, and I'm going to have to chase after him and rescue him. I hope that, yeah, that's okay. I didn't want to ride all the way, because that is quite a trek all the way out here. He is definitely going to get eaten by some kind of prehistoric monster fish.
So,
Right, here we go.
a catfish in the desert. Is that normal?
I'm getting my rifle out, mate, in case you get mugged.
Not at all. That's why it's so fascinating.
Put the right bullets
It's
on as well.
adapted to a new environment. Turned a horrible pallid yellow color and weighs close to 200 pounds by all accounts.
Jesus, that's like the size of a man.
What? Oh, yes. I still need a good name for it. The fans love a name.
Ooh, what should we call it?
El Diablo Amarillo. I'll come up with something. I always do. I already have a draft of this written for my newspaper column.
You haven't caught it yet?
Yes, but never has a conclusion been more foregone.
So,
Oh, mate, you are so going to
what
get eaten.
exactly am I getting out of this again?
What are you getting out of it? Only the best day of your mundane little existence. How often do you get to be a part of a legend? To experience a masterclass in extreme angling up close and personal. To watch an artiste paint his masterpiece.
I was talking about money.
Yeah, man, we want the
Good
green.
God, the avarice. Do you think Hannibal was haggling as he went over the Alps? You'll be handsomely rewarded, don't you?
Are we here? This isn't where I've just been doing that silly... Oh, no, it's not. It's not. Where exactly are we? Oh, we're really downriver from there, aren't we? In fact, I've never even been in this part of the map. That's how in the wilderness we
Don't
are.
worry about that. A Japanese man once offered me
Right.
$500 just for an hour of my company. I told him add a zero. This is the place.
He's going to get eaten.
Okay. What's the plan?
No, catfish are easy. Just a couple of rashers of bacon and that boy will be fine. Listen, I want you to get a picture of me actually landing the thing.
I'll try.
No, you do your best. Okay, chum? Set up over there.
I mean, I'm
Yes,
no
boss.
photographer, pal. So what have I got to do? Photograph
Like I
Gil
said.
Riley fishes.
Fame hasn't changed me, but it has opened a lot of doors that were previously
What's
closed.
that? Enable focus.
I'm
lock.
actually planning on turning fishing into a way of, well, uniting nations. I'm gonna head to D.C., discuss it with the president. Then I'm
Let's
gonna
get
head
him
over
so
to
he's,
Europe.
he's out of the picture. Like
Bring
that.
the royal families together while I teach them how to fish.
Hurry up. Let's catch this fish and go home.
Oh, I'm ready. And now we wait.
Where's his line gone?
That's the thing about fish. They can sense when you're desperate.
So when that thing pops up, I'm going to rapid press the
We gotta stay
take
calm.
photo button.
Just relax.
Hooray.
You know, I write poems. Would you like to hear?
No,
Not
thank
really,
you.
no. You got a bite?
I got invited to China. I'm gonna fish with the Emperor there.
Wow.
Where's this goddamn catfish?
Yeah. It's going to be a monster, isn't it? Oh, here we go. We got a bite? Oh, why is it fading? Is this just waiting forever? We've already done enough fishing in this video to last us a lifetime.
Sister, I don't care if you're the Queen of Sheba, not just of England. Fishing is an art.
Oh, this was just him talking.
Yeah, well, she kept quiet after that. Until dinner. Hey, chum. Wake up.
He fell asleep.
The fish can tell if you're sleeping.
Yeah, sorry. Where's that damn fish?
I was out there for 5 days wrestling that monster.
Where we
But
go?
I
Has he
got
got
him in
something?
the end. You know, the villagers were so grateful, the chief gave me his daughter.
I wonder what focus lock is.
Sorry.
Oh,
We got something.
we got something.
photo.
We got something. Oh,
Isn't that catfish?
it's something big. Oh.
Good. Hurry up.
He's going to get yanked in.
Don't you rush me, chum. This is me and the gods wrestling for immortality. Oh my God! It's a
coming.
monster. Oh God, he's gone again. Damn. No. I still got him on the line.
I just keep taking random photos.
He's gonna come back again. I'm gonna pull him in just a little bit. I'm gonna tire him out. Get the camera ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, come on, boy. Come on, boy. Oh, come on. He's huge. Come on.
Pull him out, you weakling.
Get this. Get this. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here comes him.
I knew he'd go in. I knew he'd go in the drink.
My God.
Pick up the special spinner. Is this it? What's that? What's the special spinner? Is that his hat? What's a special spinner? Is that some kind of... What do we do now? Is that his horse as well? Hello? Mr. Gill? Mr. Gill? I mean, I knew he'd go in. I didn't realise he would stay in. I'm not taking his hat because that's well ugly. So is that then? Jeremy Gill was active bribe to catch a large catfish and prove he's not a fraud. So do we now have to catch the fish? Is that what we have to do? Is there like a fish logo there? There is a fish logo. Right, this bad boy's going down. You thought that you'd had enough fishing in this video. We're going to rescue this now. So I take it we're not using the special river lure. We've got to use the special spinner. Where are we? Lake lure, swamp. Increases your chance of catching any type of fish. Well, we'll use that, but I kind of want to use the normal one. Oh, God, I hope we catch this faster than the last one. I thought the fishing was done. Right, so we're definitely in the right place then. Right, here we go. So let's cast off.
Anyone hungry then?
Here we go. Is this going to be it? This is going to be it, look. Well, at least we've got something. Right, down and up. Down. Well, that's not what he ate in, was it? Look at the state of that. He ain't in there. I mean, we'll keep it because we ate some fish, didn't we, the last time we camped, but I'm going to try over that way.
Come on.
I mean, he had his line over near that island over there, didn't he? I very much doubt we're going to find this guy alive. This doesn't feel like a giant catfish either, to be fair. So this would be like the 14th fish that we've caught in a... That's not a giant catfish either, is it? That's a little tiddler.
Oh, okay.
That's not a catfish.
All right.
So we'll throw that
Off
back.
you go, then.
I'm going to check what my honor level is. It's not as good as what Arthur's was. See, I kind of want to use the special river lure that I had before. Let's move up here a little bit. Let's move up here. Because I feel like we're too in this little inlet now here. Right, let's... Because if he is a monster fish, he's going to be out in the main bit of the lake, isn't he? I can't actually see what I'm doing here. I'm too much in the bushes. I think I will definitely end the video after we've done this. Because this was meant to be kind of a review video for Red Dead Redemption. Now I've completed it, but it's turned into fishing with Dez. See, I don't think this hasn't got monster catfish vibes either, to be fair. No, that's another one of them. Oh. Oh. Hello? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you want to bring to get it out here? Yeah, no problem. How are you feeling, mate? Okay, fine. Not managed to get you in it, no? Right. Oh, wow, he's the I didn't know he was still there. Yeah. No, no. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yes. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Like he's a little kitty, ain't it? No problem. I'll bring him straight to Jeb's, yeah. Alright, see you later, babes. Bye. I'm back. Right, what were we doing? Catching a rubbish fish. Let's throw you back. Right, I really need to catch this fish.
Okay, let's see what's what down there.
This is the one. This is the one. 3, 2, 1, and hook a fish. No. Here we go. This is the one. Oh, there we go. We're pulling now. I can't see what's going on. I can't see what's going on. Can't even see what we've got. What's this? Oh, is that a new one? That's a tiny thing. I'm going to keep that because that's cute. See, look, my compendium has been updated a little bit. I really need to catch this fish sooner rather than later. So is it actually in this little bit here? It can't be. See, even if I catch this thing, who am I posting it off to? The geezer's been dragged under the water. I just need to avenge his death, don't I? Come on.
You're on.
Well, at least we're getting more bites than we did earlier on. Oh, I can see through the brambles. I look like I'm stalking John Marston here, don't I? This is another little tiddler as well, look. I mean, that ain't going to eat no one, is it? No, let's throw that back. I think I've got to be in it. Let's have a look at the map. Let's try being a little bit more over this way. Actually in the river. Actually fishing in the river. See, I'd rather be using my actual thingy, river. I suppose this is the special spinner, was the one that they said pick up, didn't they? After he got pulled under the water. So it's definitely got to be this one I use to catch this beast. Right. No, this looks tiny as well. Oh, that's tiny as well, look.
That is a fish.
But I don't want a fish, I want a lake monster.
Nah, fat enough for next time.
I want a lake monster, John. When I started this video 2 hours ago, I never dreamt that an hour and 15 minutes of it would be fishing. I honestly didn't. I thought it'd be a nice little review video. Catch the last 2 legendary fish, you know. Oh, this feels like a big baddie. Come on, please be it. No, it's too much of a... It's tiny again, look.
You, sir, are a fish.
Don't want that one though, John. Try and face that way a little bit. Come on. To be fair, using this one, you do get a lot of bites. It's just not what we're after though, is it? Look, tiny, teeny fish again. Don't even care if you wriggle free.
All right.
Let's go back over here. Because he was trying to fish right there, wasn't he? What if his hat's still there? Yeah, it is, I can see it. Right, let's... Is that his hat? Oh no, his hat has gone. Right, let's just whack it in here. Because obviously this was where he was. Like I said before, if something ginormous comes out... Oh, here we go. That was a bit of a... Maybe this is it. Or maybe not.
You're okay.
He was definitely here, wasn't he? Because this is where I was photographing him for the Angling Times. Do you know what? I'd have preferred it if he was getting mugged at his hut by the pier. What's this one? It's Dory. No, let's throw you back.
Buddy.
Swim away, little buddy. Find the monster and bring him to me. Right, this time. Come on. No, tiny tiddler again.
Yeah.
That's
You're
literally the one I've just thrown back.
I'm gonna let you go.
And cast. Come on. This is the one. This is the one. Doesn't feel like the one. Doesn't feel like the one at all. Is this that fish again? Just swim away.
You can go.
Let's consult the map again. We're definitely in the right place. Let's go a bit further up here. See, I can't imagine a giant fish would be in that little ravine just there. But that was where he was fishing. But yeah, on the map picture,
Here we go.
it says it's over here. Come on, I really want to catch this fish. It's a really nice way to end the video. Sure, I said that about the last fish though. No, this is tiny as well, whatever it is.
Got it.
I'm tempted to walk onto that island again. I'm going to stand right over here, near this rock. Here we go. This is going to be the one, I can feel it. And capture. No. Oh, here we go. No, it doesn't look big again, does it? I think it's the biggest one we've caught, but it's not what we're after. Nope, throw it back. It's got to be in that main bit of the river. If it's as big as this geezer made out, it's got to be in the main bit of this river. I'm going to give it 2 more goes, and then if we don't get it, I'm going to stop the video.
Got something.
I suppose this is really good in a way, because this was meant to be the last Red Dead video, but it's made me want to make another one. It's just the game that keeps on giving.
You're in luck.
Right, on the map, I should be right on... Look, I'm right on it. I'm right where I should be. It's got to be in here somewhere. Maybe it's like a test of patience, because the whole thing about this mission, he kept falling asleep, didn't he, while that guy was talking. And obviously he was stood there for quite a while. So maybe it's a case of they make you stand here for a long time catching mundane fish after fish after fish to give you the patience. So if you don't give up,
We meet at last.
We meet at last. I think we've caught it about 18 times, John. Right, last go, and then I'm going to have to end the video in defeat.
Who's biting?
Who's biting? But I will be back, and hopefully I'll be able to report that I caught this monster. Come on. You want a big bite on this. That's not a big bite, is it? That's not a big bite, is it? That's a little bite. Oh, look, it's this Nemo thing again.
Got it.
To be fair, how much it's gone up, look, from throwing all the fish back. Because I'm an animal lover. Right, let's go right on this bit over here. Proper wandering away from the horses now, but at least I can see what I'm doing at this bit. Three, two, one, and yes, here we go. It's not what we want to get though, is it? Rubbish again. No, I'm going to have to leave the video there, I'm afraid. So the last thing we'll do is clean shaven John. We'll throw Nemo back. Thanks for joining me for the video. I'm really sorry it's been a boring one. It started off as a review and it ended up as fishing with friends. Okay, I'm really sorry. But have a good one. Peace.